Hey guys, this is going to be Corali's 1 month update. It's kind of late. She turned 1 month old on November 3rd and she is now 6 weeks old and she's sitting next to me in her bouncer. You can kind of see her head a little bit right there. But yes, I'm just now finding time to make this video. It's so hard for me to find time to sit down and make a video. I have so many videos that I want to do and I just don't have enough time in the day to do them all. But I'm going to try. So this is her update. She's doing really well. I have a few notes here down on this piece of paper, so if you see me looking down, that's why. First thing I have on here is sleeps a lot. She still sleeps quite a bit during the day. She usually falls asleep after every feeding. Sometimes she'll stay awake, but the majority of the time she falls asleep during her feedings, and then she'll stay asleep for at least like an hour or so, sometimes longer, after each feeding. As far as feeding goes, she's still 100% breast milk. She hasn't had any formula. When I'm with her, she doesn't have bottles. She only has a bottle of expressed milk when I'm not with her. When I'm at school, she'll get pumped breast milk in a bottle. But there's no predictability about her feeding schedule. We just feed her on demand, and there's no schedule or anything. It's all over the place still. Sometimes she wants to eat every 20 minutes. Sometimes she wants to eat. She goes 3-hour stretches. Sometimes it's just, there's no predictability about it whatsoever. So she's not eating like every 2 hours or something like that. So there's that. At night, she sleeps pretty well during the night. We've had a couple of nights where she didn't want to go back to sleep when she woke up in the middle of the night. But for the majority of the nights, almost always, when she does wake up, she'll nurse and then go right back to sleep. So that's really nice. And usually I don't go to bed till late, so I don't go to bed till around like 12 or so. So that's really nice because that way I'm already up, and so I can take care of her during that time, and it's not like I'm falling asleep and then have to wake back up at like 12 to feed her because I'm already awake. So that's really nice. So the only time I really have to wake up in the night is usually around 4 o'clock is when she wakes up and wants to nurse. Give or take, a half hour or so, but it's usually almost always around 4-ish in the morning that she wants to get up and nurse. And then she wakes up again around 7 or 8 and wants to nurse again, and then she goes back down and sleeps until 9 or so. So she's a really good sleeper, and yeah, I'm not really losing all that much sleep because she's waking up in the middle of the night, because like I said, all I have to do is nurse her and she's right back to sleep. The problem where I'm so tired, I think, is more so has to do with juggling a baby and school. Because the reason I'm up until 12 o'clock at night is because I am doing homework or preparing lessons to student teach and things like that. So that's why I'm so tired. It's not because she's waking up, it's just because I have so much homework to do. So I end up staying up late, and then she does wake up in the middle of the night, and then I have to wake up and nurse her, and so that's why I'm so tired. But if it was just her waking up and I could go to bed at a decent hour, I don't think I'd be that tired. But so there's that. She still spits up a lot. She spits up a ton, and I don't know if it's because she's taking in so much air when she's nursing or what, but she spits up a lot. She doesn't really like vomit, but she's constantly like spitting up milk, and I'm constantly having to wipe her mouth or wipe her chest and things like that. So she spits up a ton, and I think one of the reasons is because she takes in so much air. Like when she's nursing, she I don't know how to explain it, but she used to have like this perfect latch, and now her latch she's not opening her mouth as wide, I don't think. So she's taking a more shallow latch, and then like she's popping off as she's nursing. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's because she has to take bottles when I'm not with her, but honestly, she only has to take a bottle, maybe 2 at the most a day, because for the most part I am able to be with her. But I don't know what it is, but she intakes a lot of air, and we have to burp her after every feeding, because if we don't, then she will kind of throw up a little bit. So there's that. So we're definitely getting, we're definitely able to use all the burp cloths that I had, because she spits up a ton. She's not a huge fan of her swing. She has to be in a really good mood for her to be able to sit in her swing and enjoy it. She really is not a huge fan of it. And she really hates the car seat. She absolutely... She hates the car seat. She screams bloody murder while she's in the car seat. I'm not sure why, but she totally hates it. And Jaden was the opposite. Jaden loved his car seat, and it would always put him to sleep. But she just doesn't like it, and she screams from point A to point B, and it's awful. She likes to be held. She really likes to be held. She doesn't like to be put down that often. So we end up holding her a lot, and if I want to get anything done that I need 2 hands for, she goes in the Boba Wrap or the Ergo carrier. Those things are lifesavers, because if I didn't have those, I'd never get anything done. She also does not like baths. We gave her, she doesn't like to take a bath in her baby bathtub. I don't know if it's because we can't get the room warm enough for her, or what it is, but she just does not like the bath whatsoever. She just screamed the whole entire time we were giving her a bath. And I even had her like covered up with a warm washcloth while I was washing her, but she just screamed the whole time. But we found that she really, really likes showers, so that's kind of what we've been doing. Thomas will take a shower with her, and then I'll kind of be standing there to make sure that he doesn't drop her or anything. He's really careful. And we found that that's a better way to get her bathed, because she enjoys that. She doesn't make a single peep when she's in the shower, but when we try to give her a bath, she screams. So we've been giving her showers, and Thomas takes her in there with him in the shower. We have moved her from newborn clothes to 3 months clothes. She's mostly in Carter's 3-month clothing, and they're still a little big on her, but they fit pretty well. They fit better than her newborn clothes at this point, so I went ahead and took all of her newborn clothes out of her closet, and now she's in big girl 3-month clothing. She's getting chunky. She's got like a double chin, and she's so much bigger than what Jaden was at this age. And we actually have a doctor's appointment tonight, and I can't wait to see how much she weighs, because she's just a little chunker compared to what Jaden was. So it'll be exciting to see how much she weighs. And as far as her appearance goes, she still has a ton of baby acne. Her skin is awful. She has a lot of baby acne. She still has the milieu white bumps on her nose, but they're starting to go away. They're not nearly as bad as they were when she was first born, so that's nice. But she's still got a lot of baby acne, and her scalp is really dry and it's kind of flaky. So we're dealing with that, and she looks exactly like Thomas. She doesn't look anything like me or Jaden at all. She totally just looks like a little tiny Thomas. So her eyes are still blue, so it'll be interesting to see if they stay blue or if they change, because Jaden's eyes were black when he was born. They were never blue at all. They were black, and then they kind of changed to brown, and hers are blue right now, so I'm kind of hoping they stay blue. I really don't think they're going to be brown, because I think if they were going to be brown, then they would have been dark at birth like Jaden's were. So I'm guessing she'll probably either have hazel eyes or blue eyes. So, and Thomas has blue eyes, so I'm hoping they stay blue. And my mom's eyes are blue, so it'll be interesting to see what color hers are. And at this point, Jaden is immune to her crying. When we first brought her home, he would, if he was trying to sleep at night and she would wake him up from her crying, he would get really, really upset about her crying. But now at this point, she can be screaming her head off and Jaden doesn't even blink an eye. He's totally used to it and it doesn't bother him anymore. And you kind of have to get used to her crying because that's all she does when she's in the car. So he's used to it now, which is nice. So I think that's about it for her. But overall, she's a really sweet, good baby, and we're very thankful that she's not colicky or anything like that, and that she's very healthy and happy. And she's a really easy baby. And she just, I don't know, she just fits into our life perfectly. The transition from 1 kid to 2 has been really easy because she's pretty easy for the most part. I mean, yes, we got to hold her a lot, but other than that, she's a pretty happy, content baby. And Jaden, he's becoming so independent that having 2 has just, the transition has really not been a big deal at all. So that's been nice. And I think I also contribute that to the big age gap. I mean, they're almost 4 years apart. Jaden will be 4 in a couple weeks. So I'm loving the age gap, the age difference between them. And I'll quickly show you her, and then we will see you later. She'll let me. Okay, so there she is. She's sleeping. So here she is. Look at that double chin. She's a chunky girl. So here she is at 6 weeks old. Oh, as far as cloth diapering goes, cloth diapering is going really well. She still fits in all of her newborn cloth diapers. She hasn't outgrown any of them yet. And she's not a heavy wetter, so she's not out wetting any of them either. So right now at this point in time, we are loving Thirsty's Duo All-in-Ones. I'm really loving that. I'm loving Happy Honey Mini, Bum Genius Extra Small, Tiny Tush Mini, and Blueberry Mini. Those are kind of like the favorites right now. She still fits in her little Joeys, but she's almost too big for them. But she can still wear them. So yeah, cloth diapering's going really well. I only change her once. Sometimes I don't change her at all at night, and sometimes I change her one time. So we haven't had any leak issues whatsoever with her. I guess she's just not a heavy wetter, so that's great. Alright, if you have any questions, please leave them below.